Hello and welcome to the Oceanic Collegiate Esports League. Today, this stream is brought to you by myself, Eric Airy Lee, and my friend Kier. You can introduce yourself?
I'm Jeffrey, also known as Shinzo. We are excited to present you this game between H Level 2 and LTT.
Yeah, so the team names are Honor Level 2 and LTT, which is Love's Table Tennis. Honor Level 2 is a Monash University team, and LTT is a Melbourne University Table Tennis club team. So right now we're going through the bands. We have seen the bands of Darius, Fizz, and Yasuo for Honor Level 2, and we've seen the bands of Kaisa, Bard, and I forgot that champion, Zaya, for Love's Table Tennis. So what do you think of the band so far? We have one team that's looking for top mid lane champions, obviously targeting that area. Another team that's just directly bot lane bands.
To really respecting, the huge damage output from the two assassins, and also Darius is pretty much an assassin as well, a bruiser. So really banning out these huge threats. Maybe they're looking, they've target banned this mid lane and top lane, who really likes to play these heavy burst characters. Whereas on table tennis side, they really want to limit the bot lane power, the really late game scaling champions from Zaya and Kaisa, and also really aggressive support in a Bard.
Yeah, so what do you think of the picks so far? We got Vladimir and Ivan. Ivan's a really uncommon champion nowadays. And on the other hand, we got Zed and Jax, which are, I'd say, two fairly strong common champions.
So yeah, as you said, Ivan's really unpopular. I think he's falling out of the meta right now because he lacks a lot of damage, and right now damage is all right now in the game. Talking of damage, level 2 has heaps of damage. They have Zed, and they have probably Jax going into the jungle, and also Galio. LTT picks up the LeBlanc for the mid lane. So again, it does look like level 2 did identify that Game On likes to play these assassins, and LeBlanc is probably like assassins in the game after this Fizz and Yasuo ban. So he takes that LeBlanc.
Yeah,
LTT continuing the bot lane focus as well, banning out the virus.
Yeah, walk me through like the thought process that both teams have so far with their picks. What do you think they're all trying to do right now?
LTT right now, which I expect them to go with maybe hyper scaling AD carry in the bot lane, because they do have a lot of good scaling in their compo as well, and they have a really supportive jungler, which allows the AD carry in the late game to perform at a good rate. Level 2 damage already, and they have a lot of good peel with the Galio. I'm not exactly sure. Ban. Maybe LTT had a Heimerdinger bot coming up, but who knows? LTT hovering the Vayne, which is one of those hyper-scaling AD carries I was talking about, and they do pick it. Interesting, we've seen the Vayne picked. We have, in total, 5 AD carries banned. So we'll see what level 2 picks up here to go against the Vayne. Jhin, which is also a really strong laner. Good abilities and good utility for the assassins. And then level 2 running off their comp with a hard engage in Red Khan.
Yeah, there's some really interesting team comps right now. Sorry I couldn't comment a bit before, but I've just had a CSGO problem come up, and I got to change the maps for some CSGO teams in the CSGO OS League.
Oh, how's that going? CSGO, that's cool.
Yeah, that's going great. The teams are ready, and they're kind of learning all the commands and stuff to actually get the game started, but they couldn't figure it out this time, so I just got to go force change the map for them.
That's fine. LTT do round out the comp with the Janus support. So lots of shielding from LTT for this hyper carry Vayne. you'd expect them to really babysit this Vayne, and hopefully she can scale into the late game, bridge the power drop from the Vayne. They have the LeBlanc and the Vladimir, who provides a lot of team fight burst in the mid game. A top Zed, possibly? Maybe not. They might not have changed their roles, but anyway, we have a Zed. Hard engage with Rakan going in, and then on top of that, you can have the Galio ulting in with the Grand Entrance, and then Jax as well with the leap counter strike. And Jin to safely in the back line just snipe away key targets.
Yeah, like just looking at both teams right now, one looks more team fight oriented and somewhat like they also have the option to peel the vein. So that's looking at Love's table tennis. They are able to go in with Vladimir and LeBlanc and do a bit of poke damage, but at the same time they can peel off and use the Ivan and Jana shield to assist Vayne. So they're probably thinking, let's put the eggs in the Vayne basket and play the Chinese style and protect the puppy.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. They're all in the late game. Their only source of AD damage is the Vayne, so lots of priority in this Vayne. Really up to the Zed, Jackson Galio on the enemy on the level 2 side to really try and get this Vayne assassination as soon as possible before Vayne gets all these shields stacking up, so she can just constantly team fight forever and stay healed up.
Yep. I'm just gonna be with you in a moment. I'll just leave you to talk to the stream right now. Just got another problem with another match in the Ost League. Yeah, so I'll be with you in a moment. Yeah.
So, as you know, this is only the second week of the OCE League, so these things do happen. Some problems are coming up. We're still learning the processes of everything, but hopefully all you guys are enjoying it so far. Hopefully everyone involved in the tournament is also enjoying what's going on right now. It is the very first time we've done it with heaps of other universities. Usually it's only been
Hey
a
guys,
Monash league, but
what's
now
what's
we've opened
happening
up
so
to
far?
leagues around Australia. So it's a really exciting opportunity for these guys to get some
What are you guys
some
confused about?
competitive experience.
What's the ruling if we can just
Because
play the
Clash
game,
was a
Right. So right now, their team
is great.
or their
And they also
player
get
is getting
the
banned,
opportunity to
and the
go to a
team
LAN finals, which is
as a
also
whole is
very
getting some
exciting.
sort of
I've
penalty.
been
So
to
we're just talking
part one,
through
and it's been it
this
was a
with the
really
other
great
team right now.
atmosphere,
So
really great experience.
I'm sorry if you guys have
Hopefully,
classes
some of you
tomorrow
guys get
and
to go to
you have
one
other
day as
things
a
to do.
spectator or as a competitor.
We just got to sort.
Have we confirmed if he is?
So more into
He's 100% smurfing. We're just deciding what the
I guess
ruling
back
is.
to
We've
that
decided
LGT.
on a ruling together.
It's gonna
It's
look
just
to really poppy.
they're obviously
Babysit this
contesting
Vayne
and
with all these shields
we're
and
figuring
healing
out where to go with this. So
Ivan
that's kind of the
Jana.
situation right now. So something is
So
definitely
really,
happening.
up to
Or Discord so that I have an idea what's going on.
Yep,
really
sure.
start
Just
these
DM me
engages
if
off
there
really
is something that
smoothly.
occurs.
Try
But
to
you're
get the
better off
charm, try to get the
hitting
knock
up
up onto
Azura
the
or
Vayne so that
Flametric because I'm actually
she's
streaming another
immobile
match.
for the first 2 to 3 seconds of the team fight, allowing the Jax and the Zed to jump on her.
It's not a confirmed no game yet. I'm gonna just check on the other guys to see what's happening. So they're all having a chat right now. I just realized you guys can't see them in the conversation right now. So that's my bad. You guys would have been completely confused about what's happening.
Okay, cool. So just sit tight.
Too sure where the Zed and
maybe
Galio are
5-10
going,
minutes.
but I do
It shouldn't
assume
go that
Zed
long.
is going to the mid lane and Galio in the top. To have a good look at the and what they've taken and the summoners as well. Interesting that we are seeing LeBlanc go with the exhaust, really respecting the amount of burst damage that can come from the Zed, and also when Rakan dives in and LeBlanc possibly gets charmed, she can exhaust the nearest person attacking her so that she can survive that initial burst. It does make sense also because table tennis, in the end of it all, just wants to protect his Vayne. So all this exhaust is just adding to the fact that they can support this Vayne even further with all these summoners. Top of electrocutes, Jax with electrocute, lots of burst damage when he comes in for a gank. Leap strike into counter strike into an empowered W. Procs the electrocute, and that's a lot of burst damage coming out of the jungle. So we might see some between the Jax, and it's really also they have a Galio, and it's really easy to gank for a Galio who can just charge in, taunt, and knock up. Lots of CC. Against the gank as well, bot lane as well. Jhin and Rakan both provide a lot of utility. Rakan can go in and get the knock up, and then Jhin can follow up with a root. Might be difficult to try and get the knock up on Vayne because she does have the tumble, and she also has that condemn. So has the tornadoes. A well-timed tornado can interrupt the Rakan's engage. So we'll see if they can pull that off. Love table tennis. Even in the late game, I've noted how they need to protect this Vayne, but the support and the jungle to be diligent because they don't have a really huge front line. Their only front line is pretty much stacked with shields and healing. So once the supports are dead, it's really, really easy for H level 2 to just access the backline and go for a dive.
Hello, and I'm back from that little ordeal. My game also crashed, so let's start from where I can actually start, which is 1 minute. Or if I can go earlier, I will go earlier. Yes, I can. So if you want to load up at 0 seconds, that'll be awesome. So we can get perfectly in sync for the viewers at home.
Just 1 second, I'm still on the loading screen, so.
Yeah, unfortunately, we do not have live servers or tournament mode or anything like that. So there will always be a 3 minute delay, as everyone is used to. So we do have that 3 minute delay, and because of just general situations, we do have to sync up. So one person isn't casting something completely different to the other. So just let me know when you're in game, and we can get started.
I got a crash. I got unable to download Spectator.
Yeah, I had the exact same issue. So I was completely confused, and I guess this is where we're here now. So all you got to do is restart your game. Not restart the game, but just respectate, and everything should be working as expected.
Okay. Hopefully that works out.
Yeah, hopefully it does.
Okay, in the loading screen now.
Yep.
So hopefully it works out.
And the funny thing is, when we go into game, it's most likely going to be a pause straight up, as a classic OCU trick is.
So 0. Let me get back to 0.
Alright.
The backspace button 1,000,000 times. Time controls. It's 2 minutes. Is that?
You able to go to 00000 at all?
I'm stuck at 2.
You can't go anything further back?
Yeah, I can only go back to 2 minutes.
Alright, that's fine. We'll start at 2 minutes. Actually, I have a better idea. I'll start casting from 0 onwards, and at 2 minutes, I'll let you know, and you can start again.
Sure. Let's do that.
Yeah. Well, as always, the load up is just the general load up. We have everyone coming in, buying their items. Nothing out of the unusual. So by the time we do hit 2 minutes, everything should be fine and dandy. Actually, speaking of which, I'm getting some FPS lag, so let's just change our settings to a little lower. For some reason, I was on ultra high, and my computer cannot handle that at all. I did buy a new computer today at the Melbourne Esports Open, funnily enough. So hopefully we should get some more frames as I have changed the settings. On 37, that still seems like a bit much, considering that minions have not spawned. So let's hope this is fine.
Minions have spawned.
Alright, so everyone is just going standard. We see Jax right now just starting at his red buff, Ivan starting up his red buff as well. All lanes are standard, Galio mid lane, Zed top lane, so everyone going as we expected, just having a couple people go to their lanes a little slow. Zed may lose some experience, but yeah, we'll just have to wait and see if he actually does. So I'm at 1:45 right now. Are you on 2 minutes on the dot? So what time are you paused at?
2 minutes flat.
2 minutes flat. Okay, you can start now. So as you load up, you should see Ivan going a little bit deep, but the team is able to follow up real quickly and take first blood.
I've been pretty greedy on that invade on the blue buff, trying to steal that blue buff away, but even though, Zed was pushed up, Galio was pushed up, so they were really ready to follow up for Jax, and that's first blood. See Jax with these double buffs really looking to engage and invade the Ivan even more, who has no buffs, he's got no flash, so if Jax finds him, he could be in a lot of danger, this Ivan.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of one of the risks when you go invading really early. You can't really be doing that early on in the game as Ivan just jumping on and trying to steal blue buff. What you generally should be doing as a Ivan player myself, is if you want to steal something, you take the blue buff first from the enemy, and then go back to your jungle, do it safely. If you're gonna go do red and take their blue straight away, the enemy Jax knows you're gonna do that. That's a standard Ivan, or a bad Ivan thing to do. So really disappointed, but I guess that's what you see sometimes in these lower quality games, and we see Palladium just go on to D.
Oh, that's burning. It could take.
No, it doesn't. Yeah.
So close.
Yeah, I just realized we're slightly out of sync, so I just started again. You can just leave the game as is. I fixed it up all on my own. The magic of pressing P.
So yeah, really fortunate for the Vladimir to escape, but fortunately for him, he didn't use any summoners. Jax burns his, Zed burns his ignite. So, and Vladimir can just teleport back to top lane and lose no farm. We are also buying a couple of cloth armors, respecting the amount of burst that Zed can provide in the laning phase, and we see always running, really just flexing his muscles on this LeBlanc, who has no mana, who is really low HP, so he has to call for jungle to hold this mid lane whilst he has the back.
Yep, definitely.
Then it's a couple of trades here and there, a nice route, but nothing will amount to Ivan pathing towards the bot lane, just making sure that they won't get ganked by this Jax, who's safely farming the golems right now, and he's gonna back for his first. It's probably going to be one of the smite items. Not sure. It's probably the challenging smite. Oh no, he takes boots. Okay. Well, he looks like to go with the Cinder Hulk route instead.
Yeah. I'm really hoping Ivan, despite starting off a little slack, does something a bit more for his team, especially as there is a bit of a gold advantage on the Jax, and Jax getting ahead early isn't the nicest thing for anyone to be dealing with.
Yeah, but at least Ivan has been able to stabilize the economy, has been able to catch up on farm, and has been able to keep relatively safe from this Jax.
Yeah, no doubt.
Trade in top lane, Vladimir ulting early and getting some stain. Oh, Zed's turn to ulti. It could be trouble for the Vladimir. Good flash.
Yeah, nothing really comes of that, despite everything being super flashy. Oh! Nope, never mind. They go back in.
Very close, and both now no summoners, but Zed will have Ignite pretty soon. So we'll see how he, tries to get that execution off.
Yeah, definitely. Do you mind if I pause just for a moment? Gotta fix some production issues. We're just getting really bad FPS lag on my computer myself.
Of course.
Yeah. Let's just pause at 6:48. Sorry for the viewers at home. Just gotta fix this and choose some options that's maybe a little better for us. But maybe turn off character inking. No, you chuck everything to very low. Low, and let's hope that, works today. Alright, so in 3, let's start. Are you at 6:48 or around there?
Yes.
Alright, so on 1, we'll go. 3, 2, 1. And we see, as soon as we get back from that pause, we see them engage straight onto Catties. We see Always Run also come in with that taunt, and Omniscient almost gets away. No, she does get away. Now 1 for 0 overall for the side of on a level 2.
Vayne and Janna opted into that fight. Vayne going in aggressively, trying to get that assassination, but they didn't realize Galio was already passing bot lane with the ultimate and providing Jhin with so much resistances. In the meantime, Zed going for a solo kill and gets the Ignite kill. Big opening for the Zed, getting that solo kill in the top lane. Vladimir doesn't have the TP, doesn't have the flash, and really good stuff from the Zed, and now he can push the lane in, get a huge CS lead, and back with a good item, and he'll probably get really close to that Dusk Blade on his back. Get the bot lane items after that fight. Vayne is able to buy a Boots and BF Sword, and Jhin very similar, so despite Vayne losing that trade, she still is even on the power. Maybe they'll look to fight again, but this time respect the Galio. Deep invade from the Jax onto Ivan's red buff. We'll see if their paths meet soon. They do follow each other. The Vladimir and Jax and Zed are in engagement. I'm in for the gank there with the counter strike. The Vladimir, thankfully, and Vladimir is able to survive. But again, Vladimir, he just came back to lane and is already away from the lane at like a quarter HP. So really tough start for the Vladimir here. And Jax is really sensing this power. He's going in and getting a huge trade. As well, Rakan with the nice grand entrance. But nothing comes out of it. Good defensive play from both supports there. Very aggressive Jin. Oh no! The tornado does miss from the Janna, so Jin is able to fire off all 4 shots of his ulti, but Sports has no mana now, so they can't re-engage, and Vayne is able to back out safely. So yeah, lots of fights going on in each and every lane other than the mid lane. Mid lane is just, farming up, controlling the waves, go around the map, using his way to help his team out. He does know that they have a Galio, so they are playing to Galio's strengths, opting into these fights knowing that Galio is ready to help them out with his ulti. And man, Zed is doing a lot of damage at exit. Cute. It's onto Ivan's red buff, so blue buff, so they might be looking to target that. Meanwhile, Jax is clearing out the bottom scuttle. Been able to build a huge CS lead right now, 17 CS. So a lot more camps, maybe a couple of attacks here as well. He was able to invade the jungle of Ivan regularly, and also with that top invade on Vladimir allowed him to get another couple of CS in the accrue quite a sizable lead now. On the Cloud Dragon, I think it was, and we'll see if he finishes it. Probably should be able to. No one's contesting him, no one knows it, and there's the dragon. Zed finds Ivan, goes in for the ultimate. He needs one more attack, and ooh. Though he flashed, he still gets hit by the shuriken, so really well played from Zed. Good presence of mind to know that this Ivan is just super weak, and he can just go around the map and just execute him at will. 4-man setup from the blue team, looking to dive this Vayne and Janna, and it could get really rough for this bot lane of LTT. The bot lane is getting pushed in right now. They have quite a big grand entrance. The quickening. Vayne's in trouble. Gets flash taunted on. Order. 0 for 2. Double kill for Jax, and that should be bot tower. And this is going really, really badly for LTT. 6-0 start for and another little bit of a top lane trade. I don't think much will come out of it. Oh, Vladimir going for the dive? No. Of trying to help this Vayne, this raise the puppy strategy is not working out at all, and this Vayne is suffering from this huge presence. And oh my god, Zed with the ignite, that might tick, that will do it. And Zed with another solo kill onto Vlad. He's now 3-0-1. He'll be able to get the Duskblade, and out of control. The blue team really in the team fights. Couple of options in the late game. They can either do a 1-3-1 setup with Jax and Zed in the side lanes, or they can try and group for a team fight and assassinate the Vayne. And it's really good that actually can work right now, because both Zed and Jax are popping off right now. They both have 3 kills in 11 minutes of this game, so they're gonna be really strong in the next couple of minutes when they complete their items. And talking of items, Zed has the Duskblade. Jax is just going to straight rush this Triforce if he can get it. So they're going to be really strong within the next couple of 10 minutes. Going down for the blue team, Jin and Rakan is able to rotate top and pressure this top lane. Top lane tower, and they know, Vladimir is just really, really weak right now. Completed Storm Racer, so he's actually quite strong right now. Sword and Vamsep, that we don't see that very often. We see, most Vaynes going for those attack speed items. Oh, we have a really early Vladimir's in lots of trouble here. Gets quickening, gets charmed. Map. Jax gets a solo kill onto Ivan and the Vladimir and Palladium. He's running away. Oh my goodness, he opts in for that fight. Big greedy there. In the end, a 1 for 2 and top lane tower should go down for the blue team. Hopefully, there's a bit of a lifeline thrown out to Love Table Tennis, KTZ on the Vayne. He's able to get the shutdown gold onto the Zed. Accelerate his build a little bit further, but all these towers are going down. It's going to be still a really rough time for him. Now both outer lane turrets going down. Jax is able to finish off this Rift Herald. Predictably, we could see the next point of contention to be this mid lane tower with the use of the Rift Herald. Rift Herald, they are activating it right now, and this tower should definitely go down. There's absolutely no wave clear on this team of LTT. LeBlanc is out of mana. And they're going for a dive onto the Ivan. He gets exploded by... and the lead strike from the Jax. And Rift Herald gets another charge onto the second tower. Jax goes in for a huge trade. Just to try and escort the Rift Herald, and they get another tower. And they could probably get another charge onto the... about a half HP onto the tower. That's talking of value from it with Herald. In the end, we got, I think, H level 2 was able to get a kill there, 2 towers and more and half HP off the inhib tower. So really big trades. And again, Jax has already completed the Triforce at 40 minutes, and he's a jungler, so he can do whatever he wants right now because he can just one-shot anyone on this team. It's going to be insane. And it's probably the Dragon, but I don't see any way LTT can contest it. They should really try and use these next 5 to 10 minutes, funneling all their gold into this Vayne, and make sure that he can get all the gold he can get. Way that this LTT can win these team fights. From too, because he needs to deal with a fed Jax and a fed Zed on top of a Galio that can at any point. Next Dragon is the Cloud Drake. A big sigh of relief for LTT. If it was a Mountain Dragon or an Inferno Dragon, it could be really dangerous, especially on a huge burst stat heavy team comp of many objectives on the map for H level 2 to gather. So you'd expect them to, try and group up with a 1-4 split up like right now they are, with Zed at the top lane. Side towers as they wait for the bigger objectives to spawn. For a dive, they are a really strong diving team. They have the quickening from the Khan, they have the Gallia ulti to help. Zed is behind the bot lane. Zed goes in for a trade. He doesn't expect the LeBlanc at all, and he could be picked off. And LeBlanc somehow gets popped by the Zed ultimate, and that's outcome for the LeBlanc. In a 1v2, Zed comes out ahead as well, and to take this bot tower for free. We don't see this very often, but we have Zed on the Storm Razor, really wanting to look for that huge first hit burst combo. I can see how that works. It could really, do a really good job complementing the fact that complementing his ulti, how his ultimate, dishes out based on how much damage you do. It's laid down, so that Storm Razor amplifying your first auto attack in a fight can really help that explosion damage. So at least LeBlanc is able to finally pick up that Luden's Echo, so he can still be a little bit of a threat to the backline, but this is just a monster right now, and there's nothing Vladimir can do. He can stopwatch there. He can Sonya's. He's gonna flash as well, but Jin is coming up. He's gonna crit him, and oh, Jax is really power hungry. He flashed in for that last hit. Hey. Doesn't matter, and Baron has spawned, so they can look to take this objective. Jax is really, really strong right now. Splitting off because he knows that he can just 1v1 anyone on the team, and they will start off the Baron knowing that they're just way too strong. They have 9k gold. Jax has already got Triforce. Galio has his Rod of Ages, nearly has his Zhonya's completed. Jin with the Storm Razor and a Zeal. And Rakan already has a Redemption and his Sightstone upgrade. Very simple Baron take at 20 minutes on the dot. 21 minutes. Very rough for Love Table Tennis right here. Now they have to deal with the Baron buff, and they have no wave clear on their team comp, so really tough right here. And Game On is being aggressed on by really nice juke from the LeBlanc. They're able to distort all the way back to his clone and the Galio. So really good escape. So they have to make to get back into this game, to be able to escape from really dire situations that they weren't able to do earlier in the game. Taking stock, Jin was able to pick up the rapid fire cannon, which is going to enhance his sieging capabilities. Jax again finds the Vladimir. Vladimir, he has to run, and really nice use of the blast, so he's able to escape. In the jungle, just 1v3, like he can do whatever he wants, and there's nothing that LTT can do. They're gonna try to take the blue buff if they do, and they get to hand it over to the LeBlanc. Olin. So it's hiding in the bot lane, and yeah, this. Oh, poor Janna. And Zed is able to retain his ulti, so he can try to look for an ultimate onto Vayne, and Vladimir realizes this is a threat, so they're gonna rotate the top lane and see if Jax commits. Zed commits. He gets exhausted. Big situation right now. Gets flashed on. Oh, that's the juke like LeBlanc. Goes back to his Shadow clone. Let's see if he gets ultied by the Galio, so he gets that resistance, he gets the Redemption as well, he's healed up, and now the Vayne's in trouble. The Quickening charms up both. Okay, he does escape in the end, but he gets ignited, he's gonna go down. In the meantime, bot lane is getting sieged up by the Jax against Daisy and Ivan. And yeah, there's nothing LTT can do, they've lost all their damage takers. Just going in like a madman. The final touches onto the Janna, and that's a late ace, I believe, onto LTT by H level 2, and this could spell the end of the game. They've got Baron, they've got everyone, nearly full health. A bit of a death from the Rakan, but it shouldn't matter at all because they're way too strong. They've got the Baron buff, as I said. And oh, LH level 2 decides to back off. Oh, maybe not. Nope, it's over. Alright, well, GG. Well played to H level 2. They were able to snowball from their laning phase. They were able to, make from the very start, from the very first blood, Ivan tried to do a really greedy invade onto the Jax's blue buff, and from there, even though he did his best to farm up, it wasn't enough. Jax was on a roll, and Zed was able to get a couple of solo kills onto the Vladimir, and from there just snowballed his lead, kill anyone he saw on the screen. And a big turning point was the Vayne and failing to win the 2v2 laning phase. Galio really using his ultimate and helping this Jhin and Rakan be a factor in this mid game, and able to provide the utility that the Jax and the Zed needed to close out this game. A very dominating performance from H level 2. Flawless performances from 3 of the players, the Jax, the Galio, and the Jhin. Really quick 24-minute game.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
back.
one, and
So
we'll be right back.
yeah.
Bye.